Welcome to Juno Bee. My name's Becca and I'm an Aries Sun, Scorpio Rising, Gemini Moon. Today we're talking about the earth signs of the zodiac, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn in that order. I have to be honest with you guys, in my personal chart I have a lot of fire, I have a little air, I have a little water, but I barely have any earth. So this is gonna be a bit of a struggle for me. But I learned a lot of stuff while I was researching this video, so thanks for making me a better astrologer. I mentioned in last week's video that every sign has a quality to them. They're either cardinal, fixed, or mutable. That video is still coming, but here's the Cliff Notes version for you in case you missed last week's video. Cardinal signs take initiative, fixed signs are pre-planners, and mutable signs love change. Taurus is fixed, Virgo is mutable, and Capricorn is cardinal. In the last video, we talked about how Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are three different parts of the flame itself, whereas earth signs feel at home in three different parts of the earth. Taurus feels at home in the lush green meadows, Virgo feels at home in the wheat fields, and Capricorn feels at home in the mountains. I had to think a little bit about how these actually relate to the signs themselves, but once you give it a second, it does make sense, I promise. Taurus hangs out in the lush green meadows because they're the romantics of the earth signs, and the meadows symbolize life on earth. Virgos work in the wheat fields, bringing those resources to the rest of the community because they have an underlying need for service and work. Capricorns are the mountain climbers because they're very determined and steady, and nothing will get in their way to reach the top of that mountain. As you guys already know from the elements video, if you missed it, I'll link it up here, little card, look at that, isn't that exciting? All of these earth signs are very practical and they're all in tune with the physical world.
Talking about the Taurus, talking about the bully boo boo. Bully bully.
So let's start with Taurus because they're the true ruler of the second house, the house of wealth and possessions. Their glyph looks like this. Their symbol is the bull, their ruling planet is Venus, and their mantra is I have. Taurus is born under the sign of determination and power, and they were born to master physical matter. They strive for spiritual truth through practical aspects of life. So just like they like to hang out in those lush green meadows, they love comfort, satisfaction, pleasure, and material acquisitions. They hold these material possessions very close to them. So if you're gift shopping for a Taurus, get them a little trinket or something. They're gonna love it. When a Taurus claims possession over something, nothing in the world can take them away from that thing, which is why sometimes you might hear that a Taurus is possessive. They do want money, but it's not for the material object of the money itself. It's so that they can buy more things to bring them even more joy. Since Venus rules Taurus, they have a high appreciation for the beauty of things, especially things that appeal to their sense of touch, like good clothing. They have high appreciation for other people's appearances. A Taurus is all about security, both emotional and material, so they can be a bit standoffish when they're getting into a relationship until they realize that this person is not a threat to them. However, they also have an extremely strong sense of loyalty, so they can find themselves becoming burdened with the grief and problems of their friends and relationships. When misplaced, a Taurus can become extremely jealous and possessive because of this underlying need for security. A Taurus has their own way of doing things, so if you do end up getting in a relationship with a Taurus, it's best to just not interfere too much.
See the forest for the trees. Virgo, Virgo.
Virgo is the true ruler of the sixth house, the house of health, work, and service. Their glyph looks like this, their symbol is the Virgin, their planetary ruler is Mercury, and their mantra is I analyze. Virgo's entire lives are about work. Their planetary ruler is Mercury, so they are forever seeking knowledge. Virgos have a unique understanding that the body serves the mind, but ultimately they have to learn the lesson that the mind serves the spirit. I'm using a bunch of different books to help me explain this, and in this one, this guy clearly had a bad relationship with a Virgo. It's very funny. You should read it. Virgos are meticulous, careful, and efficient, but they have absolutely no problem saying no to things when the demands become a bit too unreasonable. Because Virgos are so meticulous and analytical, they can have issues seeing the problem as a whole and get caught up at the bits and pieces of things. Virgo also rules health, So even though they have this underlying drive for work, they have to understand that there's no need to over-worry or overwork yourself. Foolish fears and apprehensions are common for a young Virgo, but once they understand the power of the mind, their bodily health will increase as well. Many Virgos are leaders in the fashion industry, and they love to know where their clothes come from. Because they're still an earth sign, they still have this attachment to the material world. However, it is important for Virgos to stay away from gossip and chatter when they feel like other people aren't living up to their standard of good appearances. A Virgo is definitely known for a good shopping spree, and this is another challenge for them. Saving money isn't exactly in their wheelhouse. Virgos have high expectations for those around them, so oftentimes a Virgo will voluntarily go unmarried. If they do decide to get married and have a family, they will still hold their family members to their level of perfection. When misplaced, a Virgo can become overworked and overly critical of those around them that are not living up to their expectations of perfection.
Stay hidden down below. I was born a Capricorn. I was born a Capricorn.
Capricorn is the ruler of the 10th house, the house of careers and life goals. Their glyph looks like this, their symbol is the mountain goat, their planetary ruler is Saturn, and their mantra is I use. Capricorns always have this persistent feeling of needing to evolve into something, so they're always striving to accomplish their next goal, whether that's looking after land, or hitting a career goal, or starting a new business. Capricorns have excellent intuition, and they use this intuition to achieve personal independence and economic security. Since their mantra is I use, they have this internal habit of taking everything that they see, hear, and learn and using it for their own benefit. Capricorns are never deterred by things that stand in their way of reaching their goals. They have an extreme capacity for hard work, and they will use this work and plan for the future ahead. They do feel, however, that the world owes them a little something for the hard work that they have put into their lifetime. And honestly, I don't know if they're wrong. Capricorns work really hard. So they won't stay in subordinate roles for very long, and they may seem a bit timid at first, but they're going to take the boss's place as soon as the opportunity arises, and they're never going to voluntarily step backwards. They fear being dependent, especially when they're old, so they want to work for everything that they have and claim it as their own. There's a saying about Capricorns that they're old when they're young and they're young when they're old, because once they've achieved success, they can finally relax. When misplaced, a Capricorn can be frugal and very greedy, and they can often be a lot more sensitive than people realized. They really appreciate being appreciated. And that's it for the earth signs. We got through it, everyone. I'm sorry if I was offensive in any way, and I apologize for me not fully understanding earth signs. They're kind of like exotic to me. As always, if you are interested in the books that I've used to inform this video, I will leave them in the description down below. I have some ideas for some more fun videos coming up. I think we're gonna get through the basics and then we're gonna play around a little bit. So if you guys have any suggestions for videos or anything that you really want to see me do, even if it's just like ask the astrologer, or like something weird like that, or like you want to see me do a dance, I'm not gonna do a dance, I'm so sorry. But leave any video suggestions down below. I have like a lot planned out, but I also am really interested in what you guys want, and I want to give those things to you. Share this video with your favorite earth sign. Make sure to appreciate a Capricorn today. If you guys liked, thank you for liking. If you subscribed, thank you for subscribing. And if you did neither, come on guys, do it! Thank you. That's it for today's video. I post every Tuesday, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Can you see him in the camera? Puppy, look over here. They want to look at your tail. Look at your tail. With earth signs, these are caretakers of the earth, and they take care of 3 different parts of it. So, and their mantra, I forget. Capricorns have great intuition, and they use this intuition to meet I already forgot what I was going to say, so let's just forget the whole video. They have great intuition, and they use this intuition to meet their economical goal. I don't want to keep saying goals. And they use this intuition to achieve their personal goals. Stop saying goals so much. And they use this intuition to achieve personal independence and economic security. Nailed it!